Good morning. A little bit parky this morning, but I've got the heater on, so soon warm up. So this morning, what am I up to? My son-in-law's dropped round his front and rear fenders off of his 48 and his headlight rim, and he's sprayed them. He's rubbed them down with 3000 grit, and he's dropped them around here, and he's asked me to use my my polisher on them. So there's his rear fender and his front fender. So we're going to give them a polish and see if we can get them up looking nice. Because if you can, I don't know whether you can see now, that's quite a matte finish where it's been sanded, and there's a few sanding lines on it. So we'll see what we can do with that. We get the polisher out. I've got my Rupees hybrid nano polisher here, so we'll get that sorted out and give it a go, shall we? Let's go. So I'm using fine Rupees polish and a 1-inch Rupees pad. Just spread a little bit on there. I'm aware I'm not going right to the edge, but let's just see what this is like first before I start to really get sort of detailed. I'll do one more pass and then we'll see what it's done. Let's just get a cloth and give that a wipe. Move that out of the way. Right, let's put that up there out of the way. So you can see that's made quite a difference. There are still sanding marks in here where it's been sanded, so we need to use the more aggressive one, I think. So let me get the let me put that there and let me get the aggressive pad and some more aggressive compound out. Okay, so I've got the Rupees coarse compound and I've got a new coarse pad. So put a bit on there. Right, I think I'm ready to use the finishing polish now. It looks quite nice. Right, let's get the finishing polish out. I think that's job done for that one. Okay, so I've polished it. I've gone over it with Carpray razor to get rid of any polishing oils or grease or anything off of it. So that's now nice and clean. So what we're going to do, we're going to use some G-Technic C5 wheel armour, which is a ceramic coating. So we'll put this on it. Oh. And what I do when I use ceramic coating is I use these little cotton wool pads. You need to put gloves on. You don't want it on your skin really, and the towels that you use, the cloths that you use, I've got a couple of they're clean, but they're a couple of old cheap towels, because when I've finished I'll throw them away. So I'll put a couple of drops of this on there, and then we'll just wipe this over. That can be thrown away. Just put the top on really, you don't want that evaporating. Give that a 30 seconds or so to start to flash off, and then what we do, we go over it very gently with a buffing cloth. It's not really a buffing cloth, just go over it very gently just to make sure you got no high spots on it. So we'll give it a little bit longer. Just go over that very, very gently. Hardly any weight on there at all. Haven't even got the weight of my hand on it. There we go. And we'll leave that to one side, and then give it about another minute or two, and we'll go over and we'll buff it. So I'll give you a shout when I'm do that. I'm going to go and put the kettle on. Okay, so that's been about I don't know, about 5 minutes now. So now we're just, whoa, that would have been good. So now what we'll do, we'll just go over and buff it. Now with a ceramic coating like this, it's ideal now because I'm in a workshop and it's not leaving the workshop. But if you're putting it on your bike or a car or on anything, you got to make sure it keeps out of the weather and dry for a minimum of 12 hours with a proper ceramic coating like this. But like I say, this isn't leaving the workshop, so leave that dry for, well, I'll leave it dry till tomorrow. And then at some point, oh, that's lovely and smooth. At some point tomorrow, I will put another, well, I won't put another coat of that on. I'll put some form of protection on it, a bit of detail spray or something. Okay, so this is the rear fender. So we'll start off exactly the same as we did before, and I'll just do it in 2 or 3 or maybe more sections. So, oops, bounce that. So let's put the coarse pad on. Okay, so done it all with the coarse, and I've done the 2 sides and this bit with the fine, so I've just got to go over this last bit here with the fine, so I'm going to do that now. spread the polish over. Right, we'll let that flash off properly, and then we'll give that a ceramic coating. Okay, so exactly the same process as before. Put my little cotton pads down. So, start one end. Just go over it in a crosshatch motion, that way you make sure you give it 100% coverage. And then exactly the same as last time, just make sure, just leave it for a little while just to start to cure, put that away, and then we'll go over it with a cloth very lightly, don't even put any hand pressure on it, just you can start to see it go off. This is just to take any high spots out, because the last thing you want is any high spots, because when you when it's all dry, they'll show up as really sort of glossy bits. Just go over it very lightly, and then we'll leave that for a little bit longer, another 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll buff it. Okay, so that's been 5 minutes or so. Let me just turn that over to the green side, and then just go over and buff that. It's already, you can feel the the gloss come through and the slickness. Again, I'm not putting any pressure on it, just not even the weight of my hand really. It's enough to bring it up to a nice gloss. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do exactly the same process with the headlight rim. I won't film that because you've seen me polish and you've seen me put a ceramic coating on. So I'm going to use exactly the same process with this, and then when I've done this, we'll then put the topper protection on, and we've done. So I'll see you in a little while. Okay, so this is day 3. So this panel has had ceramic coating on for 2 days, and these two I put a ceramic coating on yesterday, so they've had plenty of time to sort of thoroughly dry out. What I'm going to do now is put a coat of G-Technic C2 liquid crystal. So this is a really good partner with the G-Technic C5 wheel armour that I put on the ceramic coating. So with this, the way that I put this on for small panels like this is, again, I'll use a little pad, and I'll just put some on the pad, and then just wipe it over, and this sort of protects the ceramic coating, if you like, so it makes the ceramic coating last a little bit longer and just helps to protect it. So I'll just put that on there, and again with this do exactly the same. Got enough on the cloth, on the pad rather, just go around there. And the same with the top one. Now if you let this dry and then buff it off and then put another coat on, it just enhances the gloss and protection. So as it'll only take a couple of minutes, we'll do that as well. It's quite cool here, it's about 10 degrees or so, so it'll take a while to sort of flash off, so we'll just leave that for a minute or two, and then I'll come back to it in a minute. Okay, so it's been a couple of minutes now, so nice clean cloth, just buff it off. Oops. Nice, and feels lovely and slick. So we'll just stick that down there. Do exactly the same with this. The beauty with ceramic coating is that water runs off of it very, very easily, so therefore any dirt and road grime also runs off of it, so it actually keeps the panels cleaner, or not cleaner, it just makes it easier to clean because it just washes off. You don't have to put any any effort into it. So the beauty of ceramic coating is it does protect the paintwork, obviously, but it makes cleaning a lot easier. So this has still got some on, but we'll add a little bit more to it. We'll just go over that again. Now make sure that this has a really nice deep gloss. It's nice and slick. Protects like a sacrificial layer, if you like, for the ceramic coating, and help to keep the panels easier to clean. Because like I said, any rain or water will just wash off and take most of the dirt with it. So that can go in the bin now, and then again I'll leave it a couple of minutes, come back to you in a minute, and we'll see what that's like. Okay, so the last time now, just wipe that off, give it a bit of a buff. That is so slick, it's beautiful. And then you can, when you clean the bike, you can put any sort of detail spray on here. Most detail sprays will work fine. And every time you clean it, if you wash it every time, let's start again, every time you wash it, if you put a detail spray on every time, then the paint will be well protected. And that's it really, that's all there is to it. Nice deep gloss. So there we are, I'm really pleased with that. So I'll give my son-in-law a call and he can come and collect them and fit them on his bike. So until next time, you guys take care. Bye bye.